Alright. Not quite in frame, but best as I could do with what I got. So, welcome to my TED Talk. Thank you for watching me go far. Anyways, I was just sitting here about to light up my forge, and I thought to myself, well, damn it, Blaine, you know what's actually wrong with society these days? People don't teach self-esteem no more. They teach mental health. And they done lost their minds. And that's literally where it goes. Because, and hear me out now, I want to point out at you some of that. It's something that really just been bothering me lately. It's not so much that folks are taught anymore to believe in themselves. They are taught, oh, you have depression. Or, oh, you have, anxiety. Or, they're not barriers to overcome. They are walls to stop you. Instead of being taught. No, it is just a barrier. It's just a next step. And the fact that nobody's been teaching this and preaching this no more, it lends me off, to be fair and honest with you. There we go. Yeah, it's okay. Anyways, I just thought I'd bring that to y'all's attention. You don't have depression. You have thoughts of inadequacy. Don't let it get you down. Don't let it stop you. Because I know I let it stop me for a while. And that actually made so many things worse for me in the long run. And this is why, as I says to y'all, if you want to go far, if that is something that you want for, then you have to make an effort for it. In order to make that effort, you can't let anything hold you back. And if you're going to let things hold you back, such as, oh, well, I have depression or I have these other issues that I need to have somebody else take care of instead of taking care of it yourself. If you have, for instance, thoughts of suicide, think about it like this. That is your mind and your body crying out against the inadequacies of the world around you, not about you. It's never about you when it comes down to that sort of shit. You are not the reason why all the shit's going wrong. You didn't have a hand in it. Unless you had a hand in it, don't be beating yourself up. If you had a hand in it, work to correct it. Falafel for you philosophers. Spit it out, Blaine. So many people think that what is I got to says ain't worth a fucking red brick, but I ain't never spoke nothing but 100% truth. It's up to you to interpret it. Your interpretation of what I says is the ultimate outcome of what you understand of it. I'd have never built a forge if I was sitting there going, oh, I'm so depressed. When I was feeling down, I was like, you know what? I gotta get moving. One foot in front of the other. I'm gonna make this better. Things are going to get better. Because I'm going to make them better. It's only by telling yourself these things that it actually becomes so. You know, something I was trying to teach way back when. Most folks don't teach self-esteem, don't teach self-confidence. There's a few out there, and you know, to you, but I think folks have lost their way with this. Oh, I'm so mentally ill, crap, because it does. It leads people into going into doctors and whatnot. And don't get me wrong, I don't hold a lot against real doctors. You know, like surgeons and such, dentists, chiropractors. Real fucking doctors. Not this bullshit of, oh, I'm going to mess with your mind, and then I'm going to give you some sort of a drug that will further mess with your mind. I've seen the differences here. I've lived a long ass time. 38 years of living has given me perspective. You don't have anxiety. You have a lot of energy. And your mind doesn't know where to put that. And so it causes you to feel fear instead of, and I know that's going to rub some folks wrong. Oh, I'm not afraid. No. It's a different kind of fear. Okay? It's not you're afraid of something. It is you are terrified of something. It's a different kind of fear. Anyhow, it causes that internal feeling of terror without there being an external something for you to be terrified of. Because you have no outlet for that energy. This is one of the reasons why, honest to God, hobbies are a beautiful thing. Once you start having to problem solve, because you have a hobby and it's something that you enjoy and you love and you do it, and you run into problems and you find a solution for that. Once you start to problem solve, your brain starts to gear towards that. This comes right back to self-esteem. You have to be pushed just a little bit, on the bicycle before you realize science takes over and balance is because of the fact that you have those two rotating bodies that keep the front tire down and keep the rear tire in parallel. Gyroscopic balance is what I think it's called, or yeah, Gyroscopic balance. Anyways, as the whole thing about the self-esteem is that you have to earn it. It's not something that you're just given. Okay? It's a confidence you build, not a confidence that is a pat on the back and given. Oh, yeah, the fire lives. She lives. Driving off the moisture on the first run of wood is always fun. Getting this thing lit is a royal pain in the ass. But once she's lit, and I mean really lit, I'll be able to forge some more steel, you know, for the time being, do things. Like I said, working at pace on something that is enjoyable to you allows you to make that segue a little bit easier. And it starts the problem-solving chain. My hobbies are why I can sit there and do things like troubleshoot when it comes down to big issues in the world, or even small micro issues in the world. All the time I spend on YouTube, that's, you know, product, if you will, of self-esteem. And like I said, self-esteem is something that is built. It is something that is earned. It is not confidence, which is what I'm sure a lot of folks out there would be like, oh yeah, no, that's just self-confidence. No, it is self-esteem. There is a difference. Confidence is key to it. It aids in gaining self-esteem. But self-esteem is something you build. Just like, for instance, ouch, my arthritis. That's something else you build. I'm just joking. Anyways, self-esteem is like this sword blank that I'm making. It started off, I don't even know if I can even get to that thing. Where the hell it went. Oh, there it is. This started off as one of these. Put that in perspective. That is there, end to end. All right. Started off as the other half of this, or third of this bar. Self-esteem is like a good blade. It is something that you build and you refine. You make more perfect over time. And this makes you a bigger, better person. When Isaac Newton, or I can't remember who said it at this point, brain ain't functioning 100% yet. Whoever said it, it still rings true. It is on the shoulders of giants that I have seen far. The reason that is so important, it is on the shoulders of giants that I have seen far. is that you can't start just from nothing. You have to have some form of basic knowledge. Books help with that. But nothing works like doing it. This is what builds your esteem. Learning, that's great. That's an important thing. If it wasn't for the book smarts, I wouldn't even know anything about how to do all this, because my dad, he's a machinist, working a swing shift. He was always, dawn to dusk gone. So who's going to teach me this? Who's going to teach me to work on motors and all this other stuff? The books is what helped me. My dad was around for short periods of time where he could be like, okay, yeah, here's your test, for things, dad-wise sort of things. But he wasn't there to do that. He was there to spend time with us because that's all the time he had. I learned this shit on my own. And you can too. Go out there and you learn it. Then you push for things that might make it a little bit better. I mean, if you look at this, you'll notice that glassy appearance on the outside of it. It's already starting to get to the right chemistry in the steel. This is dry. I was working on this thing yesterday. This is good, dry glass on the outside of this. No moisture to it, really. It might have a little bit of moisture where it picked it up from the water in the air. A little bit of dewdrop on it. But for the most part, this is all glass on the outside of this. And each and every time I work this, that glass gets pushed into the metal. And the metal becomes an outside sheath of glass and an inside sheath of high carbon steel. Every effort shaping each crystal to push it into together to make it into the shape. And it builds the blade. Every hammer blow is working those crystals into shape. And the same work is done in self-esteem work. Okay, you're building your actual, not just, some people want to call it ego. It's not ego. It is your knowledge of the world, your knowledge of specifics in the world, and your ability to apply that in all aspects of your life, or in many aspects of your life, moreover than just that aspect. You'll notice how I'm doing that here. I consider this a teachable moment, a teachable, a teachable prop and a teachable point. Bladesmithing is much like building self-esteem. You start from a raw piece of steel. There's not much more there than the foundations that somebody else has built. It's a raw piece of steel. And then you take your knowledge and you turn that raw piece of steel into something beautiful. And once you've built that beautiful thing, now people wish to look at you more, wish to learn from you more, wish to see more of what you can do. And that is the product of self-esteem versus egocentric, narcissistic bullshit, which is, oh, well, I know all of this, so you have to listen to me. No, you don't have to listen to me. You never had to listen to me in the first place. I'm trying to teach you. I'm trying to give you information for you to learn. It is your choice to listen to me. And for those of you who get wild up just because I cuss, well, that's how I was raised. I had a grandma with a sour mouth. Her husband was a Navy officer, so you can kind of imagine. I had a daddy who was raised by both of them. And then, I grew up in fucking Ogden and Los Angeles, California. You best believe I heard my fair share as a youngin'. It just became part of my vocabulary, not necessarily vulgarity, just a spacer word sometimes, or for that matter, expletive to point out a particular punctuation of a sentence. Back. Spit it out, Blake. Get it out there. Anyways, I think y'all will find that if you start working on your own self-esteem and you start pushing yourself more and more due to working upon that self-esteem, others will find their way, and they will find their way to you, instead of getting this less wholesome ideal of, well, everybody look at me because I'm so pretty, or everybody look at me because I do this and that and the others, and make it look really good. Be the one that does it really well because they know absolutely everything they can before they start. And then, because they know absolutely everything they can before they start, they then turn around and troubleshoot in the moment. That is talent. And that is built talent. Like I said, something you refine over time. That is self-esteem. So, for instance, you're a NASCAR driver. You know how really, 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 really well how to go around and around and around and around in circles. And you know how to do it really fast with fast twitch muscle response and this, that, and the other, and how to keep your car going in the right and proper direction and all that. And how to negotiate accidents, because they happen a lot on a NASCAR circuit. And the difference between an accident on a NASCAR and an accident on the freeway, and driving in NASCAR and driving on the freeway, and all those different little nuances that come with that. And so therefore you are a better driver because of it. It's the same philosophy, same ideal. And that is what self-esteem is. It is built confidence, not granted. I am confident in my blade work because I built it over time. I am confident in my gun handling skills because I've built them over time. I am confident in my chemistry because I have built it over time. Experimentation, not just research. It's the little things like that that make it so that you have what some people might misinterpret as ego. And I have seen that a lot. Folks misinterpret what I has to say because they think I'm speaking from a grant of ego, when in reality, I'm speaking from a grant of experience. A lot of the time it is experience. There are some times I still do speculate. But when I speculate, I make an educated guess. It's not just pure speculation. And this is because I have learned so much in my life. That's why I says learn as much as you can. Now, go do it. Y'all have a good day. I'm out.